Keep watching to see my adventure in Australia with an Ironman World Championship event, koalas, kangaroos, lots of swimming, lots of being silly and having fun. Hi, I'm the Adventure Pixie. Welcome to my adventure. Why do I do these things? The sea looks so rough. I don't know how I got here really. I am certainly not one of the world's best athletes in Ironman. But here we go. I am in a practice race of 1,000 metres going into the ocean in Australia a few days before the main event. Here we go, off into the sea. There's me, look. You can just about see the silhouette. Now I had visions of running into the water and just basically being like a little dolphin, diving across the waves and swimming out to sea. But there we go. Oh. Yep, that was me, just dropped down to my knees there because the waves just knocked me over. But I'm coming out of the first lap of this practice race. Australian exit as they call it. There's me, little blob. As you can see, everybody else looks a bit more slim and slender and tall. I'm the short, stubby one. Off I go in for another lap. So I have swum in the sea before. I've never swum in the ocean in Australia. Now there's sharks and all sorts in there. This event was the most rough and challenging event. It was only 1,000 metres and I could do that in my sleep normally. Don't be fooled by what this video looks like. It looks like a tranquil sea, not that bad with lapping waves, but I can tell you this, it was the roughest swells. It felt horrendous. I felt sick and nauseous. I have never ever in my life felt like that before. Now, I am coming out of the water as you can see. I'm knackered by this point. It's really hard to get out of the water. But look, here's the finish line. Yay me! So later on I leant over to pick up some washing off the floor and a ton of seawater came out of my nose. Swim practice over, onto the bike practice. So after putting the bike back together from the bike box Allen that we put it in before heading over to Australia, I set out to have a little practice ride to test my bike out. Race headquarters where you register. We had lots of events over the week, from welcome events to registration to briefings. This rucksack looked massive on me. Beers would have to wait until after the race. This is the finish line I was aiming for. The Boardies Beach Run. This was another practice race for me. It was a little bit of fun. You're meant to be in your bikini and shorts, but not me. I opted for that. We were on breakfast TV in the morning, so that was a laugh. Here's me. Proud moment alert. This was the flag parade of all nations that were attending the World Championships. Here's me holding the plaque for the United Kingdom. I got to parade it along down to the beach and this lady got to hold the Union flag for our nation. We were surrounded by other flags from all over the world with all the best athletes that the world can offer in this event. But here's my plaque. There we go, onto the beach. The sea looks so rough and uninviting and it was a very nerve-wracking time thinking about the event that was yet to come. An Ironman 70.3 race comprises of a 1.2 mile swim, a 56 mile bike ride, and then to top it off you just do a little half marathon on the end of 13.1 miles. Easy peasy, right? At the flag parade we witnessed the lifeguards doing a demonstration of how they rescue people in the water. Now the sea was very, very rough, so it really made me nervous about what's to come in the 70.3 event that I'm yet to do. So the event's upon us, we're racked and ready to go. but there's no video footage here unfortunately because I was racing, but please bear with this video, there's plenty of other clips to see later on.
Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test.
Here we go, Ironman 70.3 time. I hope I don't get eaten by a shark.
Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like. Find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a plan. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life.
I still get a prize every time.
Me too.
Ladies 40 to 44, go, go, go! And in the white caps, joining them now in the water. Ladies 35 to 39, good luck. Bon chance, mucha suerte, viel Glück, viel Erfolg, toi, 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 fire Philip.
And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless.
After the shark-infested swim, I was into transition and onto the bike before I knew it. Out into the hinterlands and onto the Sunshine Motorway that would turn out to have so much wind resistance I felt like I was going backwards. Back into transition, back out onto the run, and finished off with a nice hot half marathon that just got hotter and hotter and hotter, and it was a bit of a struggle to keep going. It certainly wasn't my fastest. I am a World Championship 70.3 finisher. No one can take that away from me.
I'm not wasting any more time. I live for the fight and the climb. And I think that the pain that's deep inside is what defines. So I won't give up, I'm gonna make it to the top. I don't care what's in my way, I swear I'm never gonna stop.
Wearing my medal with pride, drinking a nice early pint, eating a lovely breakfast the day after. I think I earned that, don't you think? And then I can relax and enjoy the rest of the trip. A little bit of a congratulations from the Ironman event team. And onto the Sea Life Centre. So please keep watching, because after this Sea Life Centre there's plenty more video footage, including a trip to go and see whales and dolphins, a trip swimming in Lake McKenzie, and lots of other things. Enjoy. After the stress and anxiety of the World Championship race, I got the chance to get on a ferry and pop over to Fraser Island for the day. Now this is a highly recommended thing to do. It was absolutely fantastic. So keep watching and you can see what we got up to when we got over to the island.
order he'd been given was about to run out, and the beach fella just simply didn't seem to want to end. He saw the Aboriginal, he thought he'd ask him again for a bit more. But they weren't silly. They knew these white fellas had nothing left to trade for what they wanted to receive. So their answer was simply this time, put an effort in, join the tribe and we'll feed you. Well, that's what they had to do. And the captain, being the captain of a ship, and his wife, a very prim and proper lady, had never put any effort into manual labour before. Any jobs that they were given, they just passed it off to their men, so they could do it for them. Well, the elders took this as a sign of disrespect. The captain obviously thought he was dead to
Ouch! I hit my elbow so hard on the armrest, it was crazy. I thought I'd broken my elbow. This is Eli Creek. It's a creek that is so clear that you can't really see that it's there and it's still. It doesn't look like it in these pictures, but I can guarantee you when you're looking down from a little bridge walking along through the woods, it is crystal clear. It looks like sand. We also had a little beach stop, but the main event, Lake McKenzie. This is a freshwater lake and it's absolutely fantastic. I'm used to swimming in lakes and swimming pools, but I have never been in a lake quite like this one. Lake McKenzie is magical, it's majestic, it's crystal clear, you can see the sand at the bottom and you can see this eerie dark patch just at the edge that you daren't go near. It was an absolutely wonderful swim. And as I swam around, there's one thing I noticed. Unlike the lakes we have in the UK, this lake, basically, you sink. It's quite unnerving really, because the place is so beautiful, but if you're not used to it, it could become very dangerous. However, what a beautiful place this is. You can really become one with nature, swimming around in the crystal clear waters. Our time was limited at Lake McKenzie because we were on a coach trip, so unfortunately we only got to go for a short dip in this magical lake. And unlike the UK, this was crystal clear. Here in England we have lakes, but they are dirty, mucky things. They have duck poo in them, they have fish in them, but you can't see the fish because it's quite murky and like muddy and silty. But this lake was amazing. So here ends our trip to Lake McKenzie. There was so much to see and do in Australia, I cannot fit it all into this video, but I did manage to see a lot of things, including kangaroos, and we will later on see some whales and dolphins. I did my first international park run and I managed to get out of my dry suit for the first time in months and wear a dress. It's not all sunshine in Australia. There are times when you just have a rainy day. But I love the rain and this was so tranquil. This is one of the places we stayed. I can't recall where this was, but it had trees and it was overlooking the pool. It was just lovely. When in Australia you see kangaroos. It is too easy to recall the days that make you sad, the days where things go wrong. This day, however, was one to truly remember forever, for it was to become one of the best moments of my life, one of the best days of my life. We boarded a boat from Hervey Bay to go whale watching, something that I've always wanted to do but never thought I'd get the chance to. There are no guarantees given that you will see any whales, but everybody was so excited at the prospect. The sun was shining, glistening on the rippling ocean. Not long after we set sail, to my surprise, the first magical moment of the dancing dolphins on the bow waves. They seemed to love the thrill of the speed boost that the boat gave them. I have only ever seen dolphins in sea life centres, so this gave my heart the biggest emotion, seeing them with their freedom. We didn't have to wait long to see the humpback whales. We could see their waterspouts in the distance. The anticipation and excitement began to build. Each time we saw a little waterspout, it gave us a little glimpse of hope that we would actually see more of the humpback whales. We saw the little fins flapping at times, and then there was the actual hump of the whale itself. This was truly a magical day. Every minute that passed, the whales seemed to swim closer and closer to the boat. They were now in front of the boat, and it was like we could reach out and touch them. It was so exciting. It was just beautiful. So how do you get the attention of a humpback whale? How do you get a humpback whale to come close to your boat? Well, we were told you have to wave frantically at them. They get curious and they want to come over to see who you are, what you are, and what the hell you're doing. I think they think it's theatre. I mean, people waving frantically, it's got to catch their attention, right? I can't deny I felt a little silly doing it, but it seemed to work.
when they breathe in and out, these whales doing it in a matter of 5 seconds. So the air leaving their blowholes will travel at the speed of this fluke up there. Beautiful fluke pattern on that whale. Like edging all around. Wait. Yes.
I couldn't believe what I was seeing. All the whales surrounding the boat. This was just truly the best day ever. It's quite unnerving to have whales swim under your boat. I started catastrophizing in my head, thinking they'd breach and the boat would go flying and all the people would fall in the water and it'd be like Titanic, but in the daytime with humpback whales breaching and falling on you and the things that go through your head. But this was a magical time. None of those things happened. And we just got to see the most beautiful creatures swimming around so close. I mean, look at them, they're so close to us. There I am, probably the most happiest moment of my life. By this time the whales are surrounding the boat, and when they disappear you just don't know where to look because you don't know where they're gonna pop up. So I'm looking this way, I'm looking that way, and then which ones to look at when there's so many? Oh my god, they were so close to the boat. How cool is this? I don't think there's such thing as a perfect day, but this came near to it as you would ever get. There's one thing that really annoyed me was the sun. It was burning and there was nowhere to hide. I had to cover my shoulders, my arms were getting burnt, my neck was getting burnt, everything was getting burnt. But do you know what? This was a once in a lifetime opportunity and I wasn't going to go inside the boat and miss the whales. There's something about being on a boat. It's so tranquil, you hear the waves lapping and everything. I had time to look back at my time in Australia. I had time to reflect on why I was there in the first place. The major reason I was in Australia was because I qualified for the World Championships 70.3 Ironman event. Now, I am not the fastest. I am definitely not a winner at this type of event, but When given the opportunity and you qualify, some things in life you just got to grab them by the horns and go for it. And that's what I did on this trip. I went for it, I came over, I did the event, I did the best I could, and I had a good time. But to be honest, this trip became much more than just a sporting event. It became an adventure. It was exciting, experiencing new things, and I will treasure it forever. In my lifetime, I never really thought about going to Australia. I only really went because of the World Championships. But oh my, I'm so glad I did. This is Brisbane in its true spectacular lights at night. Here's the Lone Pine Koala Sanctuary. In Brisbane, you must visit if you ever go there. So many animals to see. The kangaroos, and you can stroke them. The koalas are so cute. And I don't know really what else to say. I mean, the cuteness, come on. Look at that baby koala. How wonderful. And of course, you got to have a bit of 4X, haven't you, when you're over there. And one thing I remember, and I'll leave you with this. Humpback whales are magical creatures. If you've liked this video, please like and subscribe and hit that thumbs up button. Thumbs up button. Thumb. You know, the thumbs, the up button.